Off to a 7-1 start here at the 8.5-minute mark. Just pure destruction coming out from this mid laner right now, who is on a warpath in this tournament, man.
Yeah, is there any doubt? He has to be the team, the player that is carrying his team the most in this tournament.
He is MVP in my mind right now. BB team are not here without his plays on the main stage. He'll have to go back to heal, but man, what a start for him. Playing into some tough heroes too. These are not easy heroes for the Timber to skirmish early. He really just played the fights well. You end up inside the cogs, you end up against the silencer spells, you end up against chain stun from the Shaker or the burst damage from the Lesh. Not the easiest Timbersaw game in my mind, and he's had an incredible start here. It's going to go a long way.
He is the only reason that Heroic hasn't really broken away in this early laning phase. I mean, they're still up by a K, but it could have been so much worse, right? He gets that kill on Yuma, and that top lane rotation, that could have been just pure dying again. He's kept Analog down a bit, but he will be the center of attention for Heroic. Hookshot does land, and really no way out of this one.
Nope.
The cogs lock him in a cage, and the silence prevents any spells. Analog, he knows that he's going to have to stay one step ahead of this Timbersaw if they want to push this to a game 3.
And these smoke plays are so strong. They're not going to have a lack of damage like we saw in that game 1 where
Fisher
that play
block
got
off?
turned around.
Not needed. Whisper already has his blink dagger. He gets in front of Katomi, and they chain the stuns for another kill into Analog. Now second in net worth, and Yuma is topping out the charts.
This is a perfect pace for Heroic. They love this style of gameplay, and this draft is built for it.
You just showed so many heroes, though. Yuma, he's left alone in this bottom lane and run down by a simple 1-2 punch of a Miro wall and save with the Bedlam. That is going to cost Heroic a decent amount.
Gotta respect this Helm creep with the Darkseer Ion Shell and the potential back stomp that can come out. It's been a while since we've seen this combination, but it'll be live in this game. And all that space that the Timbersaw created allowed Miro to catch back up. He was doing farming. He was doing big stacks in the jungle, so this Darkseer's absolutely back in this game. They're trying to pick up the pace themselves.
Quell Blade pick up, but the creep is on top of him with the Ion Shell. Echo Sand does go out. If they can trade this out to get the kill on Pure, it'd be massive. Whisper doesn't have enough damage by it. Oh, what a Cox hit! A Sprout over to the other side, and Chan Totem to stop him, though. And Pure, he's dead. He's aggressive. He's tried to be multiple of these rotations that resulted in his death, and Whisper is taunting him all the way to the grave.
You got to have some respect for BB team. They went in this game, and they're trying to play Heroic style of Dota. They are just taking the clash, just getting aggressive, but this is a terrifying team to play this fast against because they'll take it to you every single time. I mean, these are some of the best skirmishers in the world. Schofield in his element right now.
Smoke breaking, Schofield. He'll just wait it out. GPK runs right into that brick wall.
Now try and smoke the supports around. Tower goes down. Scan still hits on that hill. They're looking for a bigger core target in the jungle. They want Yuma right now with this grip.
Is this two-man squad good enough, though?
They land the grip. They're going to try it all in.
They got him. And long-range hook shot. The grip is stopped, but the burst damage is still there. Now Schofield, big whirling death hit underneath the tier 2 tower. Cogs on cooldown, but BB team, they'll respect what Heroic have to offer. Backing away from the cliff and the multi-shot of the tower, not worth the risk for a simple support.
First part of that smoke did not succeed up the high ground, but they get the nice flank. Yuma just not expecting 2 supports to be taking him down, but Wrath of Nature gives you that extra damage on all these plays. There, however, is the Blink Dagger for the Leshrac, and this is when this hero becomes the scariest hero on the map. You pop the Edict, you blink on anybody, they're just gone. It's way too much damage for an isolated target. Expect a quick smoke out from Heroic. Still have that global silence to back him up too, so if you go in super aggressive as Analog, you can take that kind of fight. You can rely on KJ to bail you out of a really tough situation or some grip deep in the formation.
Did he have that global for the Fiend's grip on Yuma earlier? I have to imagine if he did have it, right? He would have popped it, right?
It's true. We have not seen it used.
Maybe Yuma expected he was going to get some sort of bailout here, but let's hope that global silence is put to better use here.
This is the same smoke path. They scanned it, and they have this ward still on the high ground. Their sentry in range never killed it.
Yeah, this is insane that this is still up. BB team unaware and caught out by it once again. Global silence just in case.
I think that was a little wasted global there, but...
Yeah, that did not feel necessary at all. They had that kill guaranteed. One courier. And a second couriers. Pure trying to juke it through the trees. Analog and Schofield, they tried their best, but distracted by the courier, they still got it. But it is Whisper dying on the other side of the map. As the aggression from BB Team, they see all these heroes on the other side of the map. They're going to go for the Wisdom Shrine, expecting that Schofield will do the same on the Clockwork. But they're going to fight. Analog, he's going to jump right into the bait. Opts not to go for the Wisdom Shrine, gets the quick kill on the support. Can he get to the Wisdom Shrine in time? He opts for the stun. He does not want to go into melee range of this GPK Timbersaw that has been menacing the map the entire time. He takes the experience and makes a run for it.
Hook shot in 7 seconds here.
Sade, he knows I think he's given up his life to block the pass. Miro, he's run down by the dodgeball. He thinks that TP is not going to work for him. And it's GPK, the only man perhaps who can make it out. Schofield spots him. Oh, that hook shot just barely off the mark.
That is still a fight Heroic will gladly take in exchange for that shrine. They got so much of that. Some extra in for the silencer. It's up to 7 brain drain. And that Darkseer, he was the most farmed hero going into that fight. Miro quietly just having himself a game here, farming up at a very fast pace. Big kill to give away. It's your best team fighter on the side of BB. He just got locked in the cogs from Schofield, who chose to go to that fight over stealing the shrine. Absolutely the correct call. Arcane Rune in the river. Huge rune for both mids. Analog snags it. GPK not getting all the power runes he's used to. This is almost a downside for him having the best start out of everybody. Is this Timbersaw went 7-1, but you can't push your advantage into this lineup. There's too many spells that counteract you. You need defensive items. You need either super fast Lotus or super fast BKB, and I think it has to be the BKB he's eyeing up because there's just way too many disables for you to play into.
He also couldn't really use that momentum, not just because of the counters, but because his own supports don't start the fights. They can't really guarantee that heroes will stay inside the Timbersaw AoE, whether it's because of the global silence. Frankly, Heroic's heroes are just better for that, right? The Clockwork and the Earthshaker, they're going to be much more active at starting fights for their mid than BB Team could be.
Control is just more reliable here. It's also longer range. Fissure plus hookshot, you can start the fight from anywhere. This Dark Willow Bane has to get in pretty close, and that's super risky against this lineup. There's a lot of interrupt. That grip is 0% guaranteed against the global especially, but even if the global gets thrown out, there's still a lot that can stop you.
Adesso online for Yuma, puts it to use, does not get the last hit on the mid tower. So missing a bit of bounty there. Analog, meanwhile, working his way through the jungle with this Invis rune, spotted out by a sentry. Did BB Team with the night vision of Katomi. They certainly know this is coming, and he's going to be so far forward. He's going to be caught out the global silence. It hit, but the hook shot did not. Baited in by BB Team. Analog will overstep himself, and his team might be punished for it. Schofield, the Force Staff, gets him away from Pure. They will not lose anybody else for that blunder.
All 5 heroes were there to punish him. Even the Furion coming in, landing a little helping hand, and the damage is just overwhelming. Even though you get global to bail you out, you're stuck in the brambles. You're stuck in the chalk room. Just can't get out of there. If you have BKB, I mean, that looks way different, right? But that is a ways away right now.
Slowing this down is crucial. Any pickoff because of the Deso could lead to Roshan, right? But the faster you get this early Roshan and Templar Assassin, the happier you'll be, especially if you can do it during this night cycle where it is on the Radiant side. You can continue that cycle throughout the rest of the game. You'll always have that outpost advantage.
You just want to find any sort of pickoff right now. Keep hunting, keep abusing the fact that Lesh is super strong around the map and you have good initiation. Any sort of big skirmisher fight will lead you into that objective. They'll find a little Katayomi. Nice little pickoff there. I don't think this is enough to instantly force the Roshan, especially where you are on the map, but you can chain this into something else as well. And you look at the vision right now, you would love to get some deep vision on Dire side of the map if you are Heroic. The more information you can get of where BB Team are sending their heroes, the faster you can set these plays up.
Pipe complete for the Darkseer. BB Team's...
Pure almost just TP'd into Analog up top. But they actually had a Dire ward on that camp, so they saw him.
Oh, so he was teleporting to the Ancient camp?
And then about to go in there and farm. It would have been instant death. Nice defensive ops. Saves Pure's life.
It does. Now that's the sort of pickoff that could have led to a Roshan scenario, but as it stands, Heroic, with the team fight item complete of the pipe, you can't just force this. The game is beginning to slow down.
Yeah, very strong pipe game. The TA is your one solution to that pipe, but the TA is also not the hero that wants to go in and just be in the middle of all the Ion Shells, the Brambles, the Dark Willow, Chakram damage. Like, it's a little overwhelming for Yuma right now.
Until you have BKB, that refraction isn't going to last long.
Just going to say, there's a lot of heroes who are going to want an early BKB in this game just so you can take the fights with confidence and ignore a lot of the damage coming out from both lineups, because both lineups are going to struggle against early BKBs here. You're negating a lot of control and a lot of spell damage. Huge amount of survivability to come out. Both teams playing a little scared right now. Clumped on the map. Again, there's just a lack of deep vision on either side of the map. You see how many sentries were spammed through these jungles. Yeah, it's ridiculous right now.
It is.
It's just both teams are kind of playing blind, looking for the next objective, which will be this Tormentor up top. BB camping it. They're a little early to the party, but...
I mean, better to be early than late. 100%. That's what it feels like Heroic's going to be. Are they not... Do you feel like they're at a disadvantage for contesting
No.
BB team? I don't think so either. I'm surprised they're playing so passive right now, but as we say that, both teams are going to go for their own smokes. Not going to be met, not going to be surprised on a Tormentor. Instead, they will clash inside the Dire jungle where BB team do have the ward advantage with the initiation. It's going to be jumped onto the dark here with the golden sounds over the top. Two are wiped off the face of the earth, and now Heroic want more. Can they get that? Whisper, he's going to chase after him here. The silence wearing out. GPK, he gets the Timber Chain out of there, and Heroic call it quits. Good enough for them, I think, to do the Tormentor.
Gotta take it away right now. This area is entirely Dire's vision control. So you win fights here, it's super nice. Get a chance to D-Ward, get a chance to take that objective, save. Wants to get something going.
Good four-staff. I mean, this early four-staff picker has done wonders for him. GPK, though, he was pulled in by this, and there's too many stuns.
Overreaching, trying to find a little opening and stall this objective up. You end up paying even more of a price. The damage is overwhelming from this lineup right now. It's just no way to take an early, easy fight if Heroic are the ones jumping you. And that was a very fast hook shot cogs, very fast blinking from Yuma. They have so much confidence to go in with their cores before all these BKBs are out because they have the global silence to back them up, whereas BB team do not.
And this jetpack could actually do a lot of work for Schofield. Helps him get out of Sprout, will help him find some of these supports, and maybe even the Nature's Prophet as he's been ratting around the map. BB team going to play to try and take this Wisdom Shrine. This is a crazy play. Schofield, he'll be Fiend's Grip right off the start.
Still gets it.
He still gets the Shrine. He will die. That's going to be triple ultimates used to kill this Clockwork. I think Heroic's perfectly fine with that.
If they can dodge fights when Global's on cooldown, that's the MO. And that's why BB team were getting aggressive. They want to fight when the Global's on cooldown. Massive opening for them, but we're just seeing, just dodge them on this cooldown, then you can regroup. When you have it up, you should have BKBs by then too. Though I say that, and Yuma opting for Daedalus instead, just wants more damage. Feels like the Global will cover him enough, especially with his other cores going in besides him.
There is a trade-off. I can see both sides of this, but do you believe this is the right item choice for him?
Honestly, yeah, the way these fights are going, I think if you get the BKB on the Lesh, he can go in, the Shaker can go in, you have the clock to create space. The grip should automatically be canceled every fight. You're not too worried about that. I think just ramping the damage faster here is going to be amazing, especially if you get an Aegis on this TA. That's when it will pay off, right? If you get 2 lives on Yuma and he went this Daedalus over the BKB, he is going to be an absolute beast in the fight. It's a very scary item for BB to play against because they just don't have the physical mitigation right now. You don't have like a Shiva's on Timber. You don't have an AC on this Furion. You can dice these heroes up.
GPK backs out right as Heroic.
Oh,
no, the Echo Slam starts things off and he's gone.
Too easy.
If they have your Shaker and the Leshrac on one target, it doesn't matter who it is. Schofield finds the extra. He's going to jetpack, keep the vision on save, and eventually his Blink Dagger should catch up to him. There's the Fisher. And a Shadow Realm trying to dodge. They're actually maybe thinking about fighting this one. Miro's going to try and TP in. This is a little crazy, though. They still have the global silence.
Yeah, what is he doing?
And now Miro's in the middle of no man's land with nobody to help him. He tries to go for his own wall. Dead again. BB team, what is going on? They're bleeding out hero after hero in fights that should just be simple pickoffs.
That is a massive blunder. You're going to feed some heroes away while Roche is on this side of the map. That is an instant draw. for Heroic. They will claim this objective, and that is why this Daedalus build is going to pay off. Yuma, he knows they're stronger right now. He knows they can win the fights into the Roshan, pick the Aegis up, scale the damage. Way too fast for BB Team's lineup right now. They are now in a position where they have to find a way to stabilize this map, slow this game down, get the split push going, get some pickoffs going. That's 8 Deso charges on a minted Daedalus Templar Assassin at the 24-minute mark. That is not a hero you want to run into right now. It's just baiting the rune. This Lesh pick has been nasty this game. 9-2 for Analog. He's absolutely struck back, and there's just no clear answers to it in the short term. Now, you could maybe outscale it with Furion in the ultra late, but with Global to protect him against the limited control you have, I don't see anybody taking down Analog early in these fights now that he has BKB. And if he gets more items here, he just becomes an absolute god. I mean, you're looking at that Sanjin Yasha, you're looking at Shiva's guard, you're going to prevent a lot of the physical coming out from Pure. This Disco Pony dancing it up here.
He's getting strong, and BB Team are forced to concede parts of the map. Something you never want to hear if you've got a Nature's Prophet carry on your team.
You have your aura timing right now. That was Greaves done on Miro. He has Greaves plus the pipe.
I just don't think Pure, he's willing to fight against an Aegis, especially without his BKB.
Oh, no
he still
way
needs
without
another 750 for that.
But even then, you're still not winning this man fight.
Yeah.
So you still have to find a solution to Heroic's team fight. Or just continue to rat the game out. And if you're Heroic, you would now have options because of that team fight dominance. You can leave Yuma alone with this Aegis. He's not going to be a target they go for. You can let him push. You can look for the smoke gank across the map. You can try and hunt the Furion. You can also just force the high ground and make BB come back. Doesn't mean you have to commit to that high ground, but you can get a lot of information off this and then go for that same smoke play. You have so much catch between the clock and the shaker. These kind of moves are easy. Yeah, you still have this tier 1 mid.
Every time you cross the river, you run the risk. There's just so many blink daggers, so much initiation, so many stuns. Heroic is bound to catch some of these heroes that cross over into their side of the map, catching a courier on the way too. BB Team, they're doing what they can to rat the map and try and prevent the loss of some of these objectives. Their tier 2 towers, though, will start falling with 2.5 minutes left on the Aegis. Is there any world that Heroic would ever hit the high ground to see how BB Team respond, or are we just going to systematically work our way tier 2 to tier 2?
Rather get the tier 2s off the map right now, but you can absolutely hit that high ground and try and force some heroes back. The thing is, Pure is always going to be farming. So you have to weigh this economic advantage you're gaining versus what he's going to take off the map. If you can catch him, I mean, that's the dream. Catching any core out on the map right now. Schofield, does he have a read?
It just slips right past Miro.
That's insane. Still, Yuma taking matters into his own hands. Kills.
The Terrorize goes out. Timbersaw will try and take advantage of this. The first life of Yuma, they're burning through this refraction. BKB goes out from Analog, and a quick ankle slam for Whisperer. Knock it down 2. Miro, he gets a force stab to save his life. Analog's fighting up against the physical damage. Pure pops no BKB. He makes the commitment to Leshrac, and he gets it. Meanwhile, Yuma, on his second life, almost dies here. Goes back against Pure. Knows that BKB is going to wear out. Knows that the stuns are coming in with the cogs pushing him around. They do have this nightmare in the back line, so Yuma just can't get down to this cliff. Schofield and Whisper, the 2-man tag team of stuns. They can't get the kill on Miro right away, but they'll get it on Pure, and Yuma cleans up both.
The control tag team from Heroic getting the job done where the damage falls. This shaker was massive. Double Echo Slam coming out from Whisper off the minted refresher. Absolutely feeling himself right here. Just decimates that fight that was once looking good for BB. Gets turned around with overwhelming damage from this offlaner. That's a buyback on the Bane for no result. And there's a little high ground poke. That was a scary fight for Heroic, though. They got caught on that ramp choke point into some wall illusions off the TA. The Darkseer Ion Shell was doing a lot of work there. Pure had a pretty good early start to that fight, bringing the Leshrac down with some decent damage out of this Furion. That got a little dicey.
They were able to kite around this Templar Assassin a lot, but this was your one shot. This was where Yuma was maybe a bit out of position and doesn't have that BKB. You won't have another opportunity like this. the BKB is going to be done by the next time you go for a team fight like this.
And a lot of that echo damage did go into the Darks who had that pipe, so Miro was able to tank it. At this point, you're kind of, if you can get out, it's an okay-ish outcome, but man, the control from Heroic is just overwhelming, and they will always catch you. Power of the clockwork here. Schofield's just in the middle of you, causing chaos. Not a target you want to focus. Sets up the return from Yuma. Collects some more Deso charges here, up to 16 off that fight.
Oh yeah, he's huge. Analog. Ooh, he runs into him and Yules. Save. He's faster than Analog. The BKB will be forced. You got to get out of here. Save. He does manage to get a helpful force staff to get away here. GPK is going to go for it. Now that Analog's BKB is on cooldown, but the global sounds over the top of that BKB. GPK, he is left with no offense, no bite.
Whisper has an Echo Slam here.
I can't believe they're right next to each other. Jesus, what is happening? A Fisher goes out, and Whisper is getting some stuns and Echo Slam on the two of them. GPK is in trouble. He got baited into a fight he was not prepared for. Not with Yuma. 1,000 damage crits raining in on BB Team. Another stun. That'll stop the Bane. There goes the Dark Willow. And BB Team on the ropes now. They managed to hold on with their barracks left alive because of the glyph before. Now there's nothing left to protect their base.
This is a lane for sure. Yuma's going to clean house here. Another great Echo Slam from Whisper. Probably not the way he wanted to get it, but he'll take it. An immense amount of damage going into the Timber. Yuma cleans it up. No BKB on GPK because he used it earlier, and the Global Silence canceled the grip that was on the clockwork on the back of that fight. So you don't have grip to throw into those cores later on. I mean, this silencer is just ruining the Bane's day.
Oh, Puri's walking into a ward.
Oh, they see him.
He's got a BKB, but they've got the stuns. They've got the instant hits.
Yeah, that is some overwhelming damage.
Double wards in this jungle area. Heroic knew exactly what Pure's playbook was going to be when he's behind like this on the Furion. He's going to play to your side of the map, and Heroic were more than prepared for enough for that.
Just look to the camps on the sides, right? There's only a few places he's going to go, and you know he wants to go to some of those ancient camps. They've been setting up for multiple times in this game, especially with the vision from the clock and the TA traps. Put wards on top of that, and you have a lot to play with. This game is firmly in Heroic's grasp right now.
All that's left is to get another Roshan, and then you can start to think about ending things. BB Team, I mean, if you're on their side of the equation, what are you looking at? What is the opening that could possibly bring them back into this game?
Baiting out early usage of BKBs or Global Silence will create an opening in that team fight. That is very difficult to do without getting punished, though, because of the range on the catch, right? The other opening is Massive Vacuum.
Yeah?
It sounds a little difficult to get here, but in theory, if you can vacuum 3 or 4 heroes, you have some spells to combo with it. You have to terrorize off the Dark Willow, you have Brambles, you have potential Centaur Stomp off a Dom Creep, you have Chakrams that can go through and dice everybody up. A Massive Vacuum into a wall, create a bunch of illusions, make that fight chaotic for Heroic can be another pathway to victory here, but I think it has to be one of those two options.
I mean, that timing is tight. Vacuum into Terrorize?
Yeah, it's not easy against the BKBs that are now available for Heroic.
And Heroic will lay claim to that Roshan and that Aegis. That'll allow them to go high ground once again, take the outpost as well. Every little thing you could ask for is going the way of Heroic for this next high ground push at 33 minutes.
Man.
All that's left is another pickoff to make it that much easier for them.
I've been watching Pure TP, and his TP decision-making is not easy. You look at how much Radiant Vision is on some of these camps. It's like pick your poison. You have to pick the one camp that is not spotted, and then try and get out. That is not the one you want to pick.
That's not the one. That's not the one. Whisper. Oh, this could be the death blow. Back-to-back side of the map pickoffs on Pure.
Read him like a book. There's just nowhere to go. He's just playing Minesweeper out here. Too much vision control on Radiant side of the map, and you don't want to keep farming your own because your team also has to get something right now. Nowhere safe to go for this Furion. Nowhere safe for GPK either. He's going to be forced to pop BKB. No teleport available. Is already canceled.
GPK knows his life is forfeit. does a little dance. Whisper, he's going to be chased. You do manage to catch him before the Blink Dagger comes back up. He turns around the Echo Slam, does what damage he can. His team is making their way here. KJ's now here. He slows him down. Thanks to the 4-step, Whisper can turn back around. The BKB will last long enough, but save. Big hit there, and a Fissure to finish him off. They couldn't get the Earthshaker. They'll catch both Save and Katomi. Worse comes to worse. They're losing their tier 3. They're losing their second lane of barracks, while Pure is still dead for another 30 seconds.
And there's a refresher on the silencer. Why not? If one global silence caused you problems, how about two? This game has completely spiraled out of control for BB Team. They had some brief windows in that early game, but since Analog has been playing decisive, it has all been heroic. No hope in these team fights. No chance in the skirmishes. No ability to contest Roshan. And this game is just going to end before the 35-minute mark. You went into the Coliseum with heroic. Next time, you better come prepared, because this is not the team you want to come with less team fight against.
Heroic say you want to play that early game brawl. We'll match you every step of the way and beat you with experience. They have pummeled BB Team to a pulp on this one. And BB Team are not equipped to be able to stop this one. It feeds for a three-man Quags. Why not? Schofield will end things in style. We are going to game 3.
This has been a really fun series to watch, and game 3 is going to have it all on the line. When the pressure is at its greatest, who will step up to lead their team to a historic finish between these two squads? You have